double busting feature? Mr. Sensible, whatever next? We're going to have a lot to get through today, so we'll crack on by saying thanks to my amazing patrons. With grateful appreciation of all my patrons, including new patrons Pi Parrot, Gunnar Olsen, Sean White, Mark Edwards, Eric Hare, Timo, and the newest patrons Warren J, Cheesemondo and Mr. Bozo Head. Thank you all so very, very much. I asked viewers to my channel to take part in a poll to see if they wanted me to carry on with this Black Swan stuff. And at the time of creating this, 66% of them want me to move on. Because basically, we have busted the living daylights out of that swan. But I wanted to do one last piece. A sort of swan song, if you like. And we are going to, today, actually bust two channels. But it's not a double busting, it's a triple busting, plus an additional arse handing. First of all, Mitchell from Australia, followed by Nathan Oakley, and then back to Mitchell from Australia. Roll VT.
Mr. Sensible believes that this demonstration represents the geometric impossibility of a horizon being loomed up on a globe using a magnifying glass.
Well, thanks for doing that, Mitch. You've replicated what I did, which shows that I wasn't cheating at all. You can see that the tack on that little white plastic bucket beyond that was totally out of sight is now visible. You can see that the horizon beyond the tack that's on the ball is now higher. Thank you. You have just shown what I showed.
He believes this demonstration is analogous with the Black Swan image, claiming that the platforms can be loomed up over the horizon.
I just wanted to show that refraction will enable you to see beyond the geometric horizon. And I did it, and now you have.
But your first fail. What's the platform doing over here, Mr. Sensible?
Mitch, that's not supposed to be a platform. Do you really think if I was trying to mimic the two platforms, I'd have stuck one off of the earth? No, it was just another point of reference to show how far light can be refracted, that's all. So not a fail.
It needs to be on your globe. And the horizon actually needs to be loomed up behind that object in the background.
You drongo, Mitch. Look at how far round that ball you've got that second pin. It's about a 16th of the way around the earth. You can't scale either. But having said that, once you put that glass there, you lifted that second platform so even the bottom of it was in view. Thanks, Mitch.
But now Mr. Sensible thinks that scale has something to do with his demonstration.
Now, I had done my first video pretty much like your first attempt here, with one pin on the ball and the other just in the distance on the bucket. I was told by you guys I was doing it wrong, and you wanted the horizon in front of my pin moving to behind. And scale does bloody matter, because I used a cigarette lighter flint and worked out that to move it from a horizon 1 mile in front to behind, I had to move it from 0.27 millimeters to 2.7 millimeters. Scale matters.
Using special pleating and moving the goalposts when his first demonstration has been smashed.
I didn't move the goalposts. You guys said that you wanted the horizon in front when it wasn't even what I was trying to show. But I did it because I knew that I could do it.
Mr. Sensible believes that this is a demonstration of atmospheric refraction.
No, my upside-down pouty Australian princess. It's a demonstration of refraction, and you have just shown again that horizon appearing behind that little object. Thanks again, Mitch.
But in doing so, using a glass lens to raise the observer height.
Well, thankfully, Mitch, you were as honest as I was to film this from two positions so you could see there's no cheating. So props for that. Unfortunately for you, what it shows is the ball and the object do not move. Your observer, the camera, has not raised. It's in the same position. The observer height has not changed. Let's see if you can break this down and understand.
And this is your second fail. Using Muppet Vision, we can clearly see it is a geometric impossibility to see over a geometric horizon.
Absolutely. On this simple model, with a ball, with an observer, with light travelling in straight lines, you will not see past position X, where it touches the surface of that ball at a tangent, the geometric horizon. Good.
But when we introduce a convex lens, this raises the observer height, creating a new geometric horizon.
Mitch, you are so close to understanding this. Look at your diagram there. You've got the lens, you can see the light path is bent. The observer has not changed. The geometric position and distance of that X has not changed. All that's changed is the path that light takes. In this case, using a refractive glass lens. In the real world, using refraction of densities in layers of air. That's all.
All this is a demonstration of is Snell's law, the light passing from air through glass.
Yes, Mitch. The light is refracted, passing from air through to glass. Absolutely right. Light is also refracted, passing from an area of air of one density to another, the equivalent of going into glass or any other medium. Come on, man, you're there. You are there. You have shown it.
Mr. Sensible, our atmosphere is not made of glass, but your globe is. And by moving your goalpost continuously, you've just shattered your globe.
No, Mitch, our atmosphere is not made of glass. It's made of air, which is at varying densities. That's why you get effects such as mirages, unless you're denying those, and I know you're not. This is just the same. Changing the density of air the light passes through invokes Snell's law and refracts the light. That's all it is. You really are there. You just need to be able to accept it, accept what you have shown. And to be clear, the goalposts were not moved by me. I just provided a demonstration. Flat earthers said that they wanted it done differently, so I did it differently. That's all. But before we carry on with the last bit of your video, Nathan Oakley deserves one more panning.
So, Mr. Sensible becoming a fountain of globe head idiocy, available for quoting, which is just fantastic.
Good. Quote this, Nathan. Nathan Oakley has his fat head stuck right up his fat arse.
A couple of things I'm going to go over from his latest video here. The first one being the word apparent.
Because apparently, Joakley doesn't have the faintest idea what we're actually talking about.
The word apparent, when describing a horizon, is utterly redundant.
Not when you're talking about two different things. The geometric horizon is not the same as the horizon you see. Therefore, that's called the apparent horizon.
All horizons, by definition, are apparent.
Well, certainly the horizon that you see, because it changes day to day. So all you can say is where it apparently is.
This word is being redundantly used by morons to introduce a second horizon.
No, there are many types of horizon, such as a radio horizon or radar horizon. The apparent and the geometric are just two more types of horizon.
While they deny the fact that we only have one horizon.
No, Nathan, you normally see one apparent horizon, which, unless you just happen to have the perfect refractive conditions, will not match up with the geometric horizon.
So it seems there are a few globeheads out there struggling to count to one.
Meters into kilometres, Nathan.
You just said
That's
you
what I'm
divide
talking about.
meters by 1,000 to get kilometers. So you're saying I divide something that is 1 meter long by 1,000, and that will come out to a kilometer value.
Nathan,
it sounds
let's keep
like
on- let's keep on track,
you
let's
are
keep on
quite
track.
literally retarded
Let's
with that
keep on
statement.
track.
Feel the burn, Nathan. That will never ever get old.
Try to bear in mind, however, that your horizon, in your geometric globe model, marked with an X and labelled horizon, is geometric.
Of course it's geometric. You should listen to that guy, Nathan. He knows what he's talking about. XXX, that's all you think about. But the horizon isn't a thing, it's a point. It's a distance away from you. That's all.
And we only have one horizon.
Well, you have one geometric horizon and one apparent horizon. Of course it's geometric, but the horizon isn't a thing, it's a point. You have one geometric horizon and one apparent horizon. Oh dear, Nathan's going to get all moist and unnecessary over the fact that I used the word point. I don't mean it's a point as in a dot. I mean it's a point away from you, a distance away from you. Carry on, Nathan, because I'm going to pan your backside.
Okay, Mr. Sensible, let's do some basic maths with you.
Really? You want to convert meters into kilometres, Nathan?
One single point geometric horizon plus one line running the entire image from left to right horizon equals two horizons. But we only have one horizon. It's just not geometric.
I see, Nathan. I think we better do this one final time. And we'll use X, because that seems to make you happy. Okay, this is it. Last rites. We've got the ball again. On it we got Mr. Nathan Oakley, or Mr. Mitch from Oz. I'm not sure who it is, although it's probably Nathan. It's the right way up. And what have we done? We have drawn an X in for the geometric horizon. So there we have X for the geometric. And if you look on the main screen, you can see that the X above Nathan's head is literally on the horizon. That is our geometric horizon. Let's see what happens now. We put the refraction in, and there we go. You can see beyond X. X is the furthest physical point you can see geometrically around that sphere with light travelling in a straight line. With refraction, you can see past it. That is all. Oh, Mr. Oakley, does it burn? Does it burn? You're right, it could be flat. Nathan, I suggest you close down your channel, go back to your bedroom and amuse yourself with certain purple toys. Moving on, back to Mitch though. I did a debate with him on Fight the Flat Earth, and there's a certain part of that debate that he has used and has been spread to other channels, and I think I just need to clarify something a bit. Go ahead, Mitch.
Show you. The Earth has a radius of 3959 miles.
Okay, Mitch, Modus Tollens. If P, Earth has a radius of 3959 miles, i.e. this is what we're trying to bust.
Then
Yep.
Q, every single geometric horizon distance can be no more than 1.22 miles times the
Agreed.
square root of the observer height in feet.
Then Q, every geometric horizon can only be 1.22 miles times the square root of observer height in feet. I agree. If Earth has a radius of 3959 miles, then Q must be true.
Yep.
Agreed. Yep.
And so the Black Swan image that we have shows a horizon far in the distance past 1.22 miles.
Yes, Mitch. And that's not the geometric horizon. It can't be, because it's changed.
This is at 1 foot. Even if you say it's 5 feet, the geometric
Okay,
horizon
yeah.
should be 2.77 miles.
Yes, Mitch. At 1 foot, the geometric horizon is 1.22 miles away. At 5 feet, it's 2.77 miles away. That's nothing to do with refraction, and it's nothing to do with what you can see in a photograph.
And so, not Q, we do not have a geometric horizon at that distance.
And not Q, we do not have a geometric horizon at that distance. Only, you haven't measured the geometric horizon. You've taken a guesstimate on that visual, apparent horizon in a twisted photograph. And anyway, the calculation for the distance to the geometric horizon is assuming no refraction. And the Earth is a physical object. Whatever that distance is, it will never, ever, ever change. It's the size and shape of the Earth.
So not P, the Earth is not a globe of 3959 miles.
Not P, the Earth is not a globe of 3959 miles. Mitch. So if the Earth is radius 3959, then the geometric horizon can only be 1.22 miles times square root of the observer height in feet, which I agree with. So if you could show that the geometric horizon is not at that distance, not Q, then the Earth, P, is not a globe of 3959 miles. That's all you will have proved. It would be a different diameter, perhaps 3960 or 3961. You complete and utter twonk.
So unless you assert that the globe has a bigger radius.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. At best, what you have done, if that was all correct, at best, Mitch, I was very careful in what I said. Those penny drop moments were when I was being very sure about what you were saying. And I'm very clear here that at best, if everything you said was correct, and it wasn't, then you'd have disproved the radius of 3959, i.e. it would be a slightly different radius. But in fact, you weren't correct, because you took the formula for calculating the distance to the geometric horizon, which relies on no refraction at all, and then applied it to a photo with just about the worst refraction I've ever seen, estimated a distance, and then basically said you disproved the geometric horizon, which is something entirely different. So you have failed. I was correct. I was absolutely clear. At best, you've disproved the size of the Earth, not the shape of the Earth. You would have disproved the radius of the Earth. You would have disproved the radius of the Earth. Disproved the radius of the Earth.
Have disproved the radius of the Earth.
And Mitch, I was absolutely right. I'm afraid that you can't logic. Now finally, we have a little arse handing to you, my little upside down friend. Yes, we had that debate on Fight the Flat Earth, didn't we, Mitch? A little while later, you were having a conversation on Discord with General E. Shady. General Shady said, Mr. Sensible asked about star trails. You immediately steered off track, ducking and diving for an eternity, until pushed for a response, then said, Duh, I dunno. And how did you respond to General Shady, Mitch? You said, I smashed him in star rotation. He conceded the Earth does not spin. Well, thanks to the wonders of download technology, we can revisit that little part of the debate, and we shall see how you coped when pushed for an explanation for how we have two circumpolar points of star rotation. Right, well, the first evidence I'm going to go for is all to do with star rotation, which I think is pretty much a killer for the flat Earth. As we all know, the stars in the northern hemisphere all rotate around the circumpolar point, which is pretty darn close to Polaris. Not exact, but pretty close. So a wheel or a flat disk has a single point of rotation. That's what you would need if you had stars in a flat plane above a flat plane, or indeed a dome rotating above a flat Earth, a single point of rotation. Whereas the Earth, a three-dimensional shape, say like a block of cheese, would have 2 points of rotation, my left and right hand. That's just due to its basic shape, its geometry. Whether it is a block of cheese shape or a globe or any other shape, you're going to get 2 points of rotation, which is what we see in the sky with the stars rotating. Cue about 12 to 14 minutes of ducking, diving, dodging and weaving until I decided to pull Mitch back on track. But
So
this
hurricane
is still,
spinning-
you're keeping away from stars, Mitch. I want to hold you to that. There's still no explanation for
Yep.
2 rotation points in the sky.
Because I don't have an explanation for 2 rotation points
Okay.
in the sky. I don't have an explanation for 2 rotation points
Okay.
in the sky. I don't have an explanation for 2 rotation points
Okay.
in the sky.
I smashed him in star rotation. He conceded the Earth does not spin.
Yeah, I don't have an explanation for 2 rotation points in the sky.
Okay.
That's asserted because
Fair enough.
because it's asserted that we live on a globe with 2 opposite poles, and
Well, it's not asserted.
If the
Look out
stars-
your window at night, or go in your garden at night. Look southwards. Those stars rotate in one direction. Look northwards, and stars are rotating the other direction. You know, if you can see
Absolutely, I
the
don't-
northern circumpolar. Okay.
No,
Well, I
so,
think that
absolutely,
absolutely
I
proves.
don't deny
Yeah,
that
we've
happens.
probably come
So
to an end. to that
Mitch
one.
said that he doesn't have an explanation for the counter-rotating
Yeah, fair
stars, which is fair enough.
Well, I hope you've all enjoyed it tonight. A roasting for Mitch, a roasting for Oakley, a second roasting for Mitch before Mitch gets his arse handed to him. I held that poll. Roughly 2/3 of you guys want me to move on to something else, so I will. So I guess I won't be needing this anymore. Oakley, send me your address. I'll post it to you, and you can shove it where the sun doesn't shine.
Yeah, I don't have an explanation for 2 rotation points in the sky.
Look forward to seeing you all again soon. Until then, stay sensible.
Shut up and sit down.